Hey everybody, hi! What's up? Oh, hi, New York, what's up? Let's stand up for a second. Everybody stand up real quick. Let's do some breathing exercises. Alright, take it in through your nose. You're not following me. In through your nose. And out through your mouth. Hold on. In through your mouth. Okay, you guys feeling? Little energy, I heard it all right. Okay, now you can take a seat. All right. Oh, there's water. Sorry. Hi. My name is MszSweetiePie, and it's a pleasure to be here with you guys. Thank you so much for taking your Saturday night out to be here to hear me talk, which is kind of, like I appreciate it because I don't think I have anything really special to say. But hopefully. Through whatever I tell you, you don't know yet, do you? It'd be really weird. You guys can, get a little inspiration and learn a little bit more about me. So basically, I'm gonna brag about myself the next, 20 minutes or so. And then I'm gonna sing you guys a few songs, and we're gonna play a few games, and then, yeah. This is my first time doing it like this, so this is I'm freaking out. It's like on this. See, I can't even work an iPad, but it says don't freak out. Breathe in through your nose. But anyways, where to begin? So let's see. We're gonna start from when I was a little baby. I don't have pictures, unfortunately. But so I was born and I was raised in Atlanta, and I was 20-something years ago. And my parents, when they first moved there weren't a lot of Koreans, not a lot of Asians there. And I grew up thinking that I lived in Korea. It just happened that there were white and black and Hispanic people in Korea all around me. And they didn't speak the same language I spoke, which was Korean. And so I distinctly remember going to school, coming back for first day, and I was cracking up. I was like, dude, what's so funny? I was like, my teacher's an idiot. You're 3. He's like, yeah, you can't speak Korean. How is this teacher going to teach me anything when they don't speak Korean? So I grew up in a very, very, I lived in the States, but all I knew was a Korean church and my parents and some of my relatives. And so I grew up in a place not knowing how to really fit in wherever I went for a while. To fast forward through my childhood, let's start with everybody's favorite time in life, middle school. It's like the peak of life, right?
No.
Super hormonal, looks really good. Going through puberty, braces, glasses, everything is wonderful. If you got them now, that's awesome too. That's totally cool. Don't worry about it. But that was the epitome of my middle school years. And to summarize my middle school up in a few words, it was like Gossip Girl of the South, right? Gossip Girl, and then you multiply that, you put it with lemonade and peaches, and that was my school. And I was literally the only Asian kid in my year when I entered. And I didn't realize how hard of a transition that it was going to be for me. I didn't really understand the lingo that they use. They're like, hey, we're going to go hang out at this place. I'm like, that sounds like a food. So I just didn't get it. So I had a really hard time. And it was racism and just me not being able to fit in. Literally, I was spit in my face. Just a lot of dark times. And as a son of immigrants, it was kind of you know what, my parents, they came from Korea with one shoe and $2. I must be proud parents. And so I never had the courage to tell my parents, this sucks. This is the worst thing ever. And hey, my God. Now you know. But it was awful, and it was such a difficult time. And I remember I was 6th, 7th grade, and I was having emotional breakdowns. By the way, there's puberty, and I'm smelling funny. And I'm like, God, this is awful. This is so bad. But I kind of overcame it somehow, and I think a lot of that, what it came to me was kind of hey, I may not be the best looking, I look different, I don't, understand everything that's going on, but I'm going to do what I can do the best. And for me at that time, it was music. It was music, it was academics, and it was soccer. And so I may not be the best at all of them, but I could definitely try try and be the best and kind of improve myself in that way. And so, you know, I got super involved in school. I was on student government. I was doing anything and everything that you could be involved in, which, you know, you gotta boost your resume. You guys are all in college. But so I was doing a lot of that. And then I went to college on a very high note. And so I went to Boston College and I majored in international studies. Any international studies majors out there?
Aren't you supposed to?
Okay, we got 2. 3. That's late hand. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Yes. And you know, college was when I went a little bit psycho. And I mean that in, like, I was a maniacal overachiever person. You know, like that friend that you hate because they just stress you out? That was me. My friends would literally have interventions with me, like, dude, we're worried about you because all you do is stress us out because you just work all the time. But I don't know, I think from a young age I had to, because I had overcome like my middle school, high school years with just working my butt off, that's how I kind of coped with it in college. And so I was doing everything like student government, I was starting my organizations, interestingly enough, I got rejected from a cappella groups. I wasn't a very good singer. They're like, you can't really hold a note. Oh, really? Like, yeah, you might be better than solo. I was like, oh, thanks, bye.
Oh my god.
Will never come out. But, you know, it's all good, it's fine now. So just to wrap up, you know, like my college years, like freshman year, freshman, sophomore year, super involved, so I was all over the place. And like sophomore year, it was like the peak of my anxiety and like just doing everything. So I was working, like, I was selling flights for JetBlue, I was selling phones for T-Mobile, I was waitering at like a restaurant and doing just absurd amount of work. And at that point I was like, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of Boston for a bit. So I started a service trip to Kenya and took a bunch of students to Kenya. The service worked there. Then I had an internship in San Francisco doing like a social good startup thing. And then I went to China to study abroad there. And then I was interning in China doing like The Economist. And then I got an internship at Deloitte doing consulting work. And so that ends up, and then I come back to Boston for senior year. And so senior year, I come back and I have my full-time job offers. Any juniors or seniors in here? Yeah, there you go. Come here. It's gonna be okay. So I had like this job offer, and I was like, oh, you know, like, just kind of hang out with you here. Just get drunk. Totally kidding. But no, of course, that's not my personality. I have to do something. So what I did was, there's this organization called Collaboration. So I was the founding executive director for that. And it was basically developing a platform and a stage for talented Asian Americans to perform. And it wasn't in Boston yet, so we started that up. And, but when I was doing all that, you know, before I signed my full-time thing with Deloitte, I told them, hey, I've been really, really busy. I lived college, crazy busy. I've been all over the place, did unnecessary amounts of like curricular activities when I should have just chilled out a little bit. But I'm gonna take a year off. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna take a year off before I start. And for Deloitte, they're like, oh, that's cool, do whatever you want, just let us know. And so my passions growing up were always service work. I wanted to do like a sociology and like that kind of major, and mom and dad said no. They're like, what are you gonna do after a sociology major? What do you think you're gonna do? I was like, I don't know, I'll figure it out. I was like, no, you're not doing that. And so that's why I went to international studies, which is, you know, like similar to sociology, but they don't know. So I did that, and what happened was I actually went to India. I went to India on a fellowship for social enterprise. Said I thought I was going to save the world. So it took me a 24-hour flight to Hyderabad, and it was awful. It was like I'd never been depressed in my life until I got to Hyderabad, India. And part of it was I thought I was going to do all this cool work, but I couldn't, and I was just so unequipped and unprepared for what I was doing. And so I was really upset and depressed for like a few months, and I don't know if any of you guys are believers, but I am Christian, so I was praying. I was like, dear God, if I'm supposed to be here, depressed, in Hyderabad, where I don't know anybody, and have like stomach problems all the time, that's cool. Like I'll just keep eating Imodium every day. If that's not the case, though, please send me a sign, like anything would be great. Just get me out of here. And I promise you, it was like 2-3 days later, I got an email. And it was the sketchiest email ever. It's like, hey, please send us your passport, you're coming to Korea. And I was like, this is a fraud. I've got to be a fraud. But I just kept looking at it, it came from like .yahoo.co.kr, and I was like, Yahoo doesn't even exist in Korea. What is this crap? But I don't know, I was desperate enough that I sent my passport and a flight. Yeah, I know, she's like, you sent your passport. I did. It's a real thing. But I got a flight, and so I went to Korea, and I was on this TV show. And the name still cracks me up to this day. It's called Birth of a Star.
Oh my God!
Season 2. And like really, you couldn't come up with a better name than Birth of a Star. I just imagine the miracle of life. People coming out with microphones. Hi. So yeah, I was on that, and I didn't realize how big scale of a show it was. You have these legendary Korean artists on there. And I had no idea who they were. So they were like, you should be so hard to talk to me. It's like, I have no idea who you are. So sorry. It's like Bruno Mars being like, I'm your mentor. And like, I've never heard you say
Oh my God!
I don't care. that was basically what I was doing when I look back at it. So that was like my first thing into Korea, and it was a very culture shock. Like Korea's still a culture shock to me today. But then it was like, I would get yelled at all the time, like, why are you crossing your arms? Don't look me in the eyes. Take your hands out of your pocket. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know why you're yelling at me. I'm so sorry. Everything, I'm so sorry. So after 9 months of being, I'm so sorry, I ended up getting 5th place on the show. And, fourth would have been great, but they dropped me. It's fine. I almost wasn't 6. No, it's fine. So no, I was on 5th, and then at that point it was kind of like, what do I do with my life now? Because the show finished in April, and then I was supposed to start my full-time job here in New York in June. And so I came back to New York and Boston and LA, and I was meeting with a bunch of people. I was like, what should I do? I have this opportunity to potentially be a singer or like an entertainer. And they're like, just do it. I'm like, why don't you just do it? Okay, work in an office or go to sing something, just go this way. And that's what everybody said. And I thought about it and I was like, it's the opportunity for me to pursue a lifelong dream, because when I was younger, it was just a dream that I would be a singer or an entertainer. I never even crossed my mind. Like my parents would always tell me to shut up. Like singing in the bathroom. I'm like, no, shut up! And then my brother would walk me, you're so annoying!
Oh my God!
So that was like, I never really did much singing or anything like that. So the fact that I had this opportunity was super cool, but you gotta think of it as, okay, I risked like living in Korea and like being a singer, allegedly, and then having a real job, making money, and like having a stable lifestyle. And but at the end of the day, everybody was like, you are given this unique opportunity to pursue something that you've always dreamt of. So why not try it out? And if it fails, then you'll figure something out later. You don't know until you try it. And so that was like the biggest factor. And the other factor for me was that like service work and that kind of stuff was always important to me. And I was trying to think of what is the best way for me to maximize my impact that's important in life later on when I have something that's important to me or that I want to get out there. And I thought that being a public figure would definitely help in that aspect. To be able to stand here in front of you, wonderful people, and share my story is like interesting and like mind-blowing to me. Like I don't, it blows my mind that I'm actually doing this. So that was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, in 1 week, it'll be exact 3 years since I like signed my life away to Korea. That was 3 years ago. And you know, entertainment, so I've been in entertainment, and if you guys don't know me, I feel like there's some people who are seeing it for the first time ever, and they're like, who is this guy? This is not a keynote address, this is anyway, sorry. So yeah, 3 years ago, and I do emceeing, I sing, I do a bunch of events in Korea, and recently I've been interviewing a lot of great people, so let's see, who did I meet with last week? Last week I met with the cast of Maze Runner. This past year, I think I'm meeting with like Joseph Gordon-Levitt soon. And,
Yes.
who else? Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr.
Oh my God, chill.
So these are people that I've been meeting and like interviewing and get to pick their brains and kind of come up with like really cool content with them. And so that's been really, really awesome. And it's been a very interesting process. It's been very difficult at times, I would say. I think the biggest misconception about entertainment is that it's glamorous and it's awesome and it's fun and sexy, and it is, in many ways it is, but there's so much that you guys don't see, that the public does not know, and it's the hard work and the frustrations and the politics and the countless hours of effort and hard stuff that goes into it. And not that, but at the end of the day, it's a job. You know, just like anybody else has a job, there's stress and there's issues and complications that arise in it. And I would tell you all about it, but then you'd have a grown man crying on stage. And I don't think you want to see that. So I'll save that for another talk. But, you know, as much as there are like difficult opportunities, or difficult times, there are very, very cool opportunities. And, but I think like over the past 3 years that I've been in this industry, what I came to realize is that entertainment is in need of just like really, really passionate and like awesome people. And I mean that in a variety of ways, like not only as, you know, talent, you know, if there are more Asian American actors and singers coming up on the stage on mainstream media, and we definitely need more of those people, but we also need more people who are believers of these talented people and are willing to be their managers and their agents and be their catalysts and their business managers, and to build this community of people who believe in creating awesome content that is going to impact the world and impact people who consume that content. Like entertainment is, I don't know, I think one of the most influential mediums in the world. And working in this industry for the past 3 years in Korea, I can't really speak for the States, I feel like, you know, some people are drawn to it for reasons that aren't, you know, pure or like really like, let's make good content, you know? And so, if you guys are interested in entertainment, and I think part of MOI'M's they have 4 prongs of things that they stand for. Entertainment is one of them. I can't tell you all 4 of them because I honestly don't know. But so I'm here to say if you guys are interested in entertainment as Asian Americans, or even if you're not Asian Americans, I see a lot of people who aren't, you know, to go for it, you know? People are always discouraged from pursuing their dreams or their passions or entertainment, particularly because it's so risky and because it's so unstable. But if this is your true passion, this is what you love, and this is what you want to be in, then go for it. Because you don't know until you try, honestly. Like, if I didn't take that sketchy email 3 years ago, 4 years ago, like I wouldn't be here. And, you know, I think for me, like, whenever I talk to my troupes, like my younger, you guys know what troupes are?
Yes.
I'm saying this in English. Younger people, sing like me.
Younger coworkers.
Exactly. It's, you know, a lot of people, they don't have like an education to fall back on or these opportunities to take other than singing. And that's like, in a way, they feel trapped. But I always tell them, like, you feel trapped, but if you build yourself up, you pick up that knowledge of something and you got an idea that you want to do, just do it. Nobody can stop you. Today, we're living in an age and time where we define ourselves. We have social media, we can make our own content, we can do whatever we want, honestly. And so, I feel like young people should be taking advantage of that opportunity. You guys are living in New York, one of the coolest cities in the world. I really wish I lived here. And I promise to myself that I will one day live here. But you guys are at MOI'M, you guys have people who are older, who are well networked, who are well established, who are willing to help, college students who are curious and interested in wanting to get out there and do something cool. I was talking to my brother, he just started at Columbia last week, and he was like, Columbia? Yeah, I got rejected. I wasn't smart enough. That's me. Not bitter, no? I asked him for Columbia soccer hat. What was I saying? I completely lost my train of thought.
Brother.
What? Who-base? Yes. Oh, yes. So, you guys, if you guys are in college and you guys have these alumni people and these people here at MOI'M, they're willing to help out and connect you to the right people. And I was telling them, I was like, dude, everybody, I've been in college and people around you have been in college. They know what it's like to be a starving college student. Just milk it. Milk it to the most of your, the most you can. Because, we want to help, That's why I think what a lot of people my age and older feel. And so, if you guys are in college and you guys are looking for the right opportunity, or looking for what you want to do, you reach out. You got to reach out to people. And you got to be passionate and just love what you do. And so, that's, the stuff that I wanted to share with you guys today, and that they asked me to share about, it's nothing it's not rocket science. It's nothing mind-blowing. This is not a TED Talk. I'm not to be on a TED Talk. But it's kind of just don't be afraid to take risks. Reach out to people around you and really just dive into whatever it is that you want to do. And I think just do it with love, do it with purpose, and that's what's going to get you there and inspire the people around you while you do it. And so, that's basically all I have to say, and I don't know if that made sense. Hopefully it made some sense, but just go out there. Thank you guys so much for coming out and listening to me ramble on for a bit, but you guys are awesome, and let's continue to have a good night. Yeah! Alright, so, hi. What's your name?
I'm Charlotte.
This is Charlotte. Everybody say, hey, Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte.
You're going to take my stool away from me? What if I dance on?
Go ahead.
No, yes, you may take this. Alright, so, I forgot that I was going to sing for you guys. Hence the awkward ending. But yes, I'm going to sing it for you. First one is called Heaven's Door. So yeah, if you know it, sing along.
Let's go.
gotta laugh. I was like looking at her, she looked at me, she was like, what did I do? And then we started clapping. I was like, oh, now I feel awkward. We're clapping. And then it's gonna go anyways.